Everyone, it's Chris, the PDX Picker. We're back with another video. We're going to pull some orders that sold for me on eBay, and we're going to go over some of the things that I found at my trip to the thrift store today. It's going to be a shorter video. My previous what sold video was just done yesterday, or I filmed it yesterday, so I only have 6 things going out, but that's okay because it's going to be a heavy hitter kind of video. There's some good items that sold, and I found some really good things at the thrift store. So stick around after the intro song, and we'll get to pulling those orders and taking a look at what I bought.
Wanna buy that Farrah Fawcett poster? There's dispensers and a toaster. Don't know why. That kind of stuff you throw away. I'll sell on eBay.
All right, so I'll pull a couple of orders, and then we'll go over what I bought today at my favorite thrift store. The first item that sold is another Bona craft oil can. This is the clay model, this is the clay color. So for those of you, probably most of you that didn't catch the first video that I did where I explained how I came across these, I was following an online auction that was a liquidation of a flooring supply store. And there we are. And they went out of business after, whatever, doesn't matter how long they went out of business. But most of what they had for sale was actually flooring, like wood flooring remnants. But they had a few things that looked like they might be good things for me to resell. So I bid on them, and I won a few of them. So this is one of them here. I'm going to have to clean up this can before I ship it out. But it is this 1.25 liter can of Bona Craft Oil 2K. It's just something you put on your wood floors, and that's the color. Whoops, that's the color that it is here. Can't remember the exact amount that I paid on them, but they don't make this anymore. Bona doesn't make this anymore, and any of the supplies that are still in existence there's just not much. There's a couple of flooring supply companies that have these listed for over $200 each. I have mine listed for $150 plus shipping. Or best offer, and that's how this one sold. Took an offer for $100 plus shipping. This is the second one I've sold. I think I have a total of around 40 of these cans. I've broken even, a little bit more than broken even. The other one I sold for $75, I think. So if I sell one of these a month or whatever, it's all profit now. So very excited on that. These cans are expired, and I put that in my listing. You know, I make that very clear that these are older cans because they just don't make them anymore. So just naturally they're going to be expired. And I also turned off returns for that very reason. I don't want somebody to be able to return this item because they realize after the fact that it's expired. I don't know. Anyway, that's just a decision that I made, and so far so good on that one. The first person that bought the first can, they actually wanted to buy a few more, but then they realized they didn't need to. But they tested out the product. It worked fine for them. They were going to buy more, didn't need to because they already had enough product. So I know at least those cans, and those are some of the older cans, those were in good condition. So I feel very good, feel very comfortable selling those. I'm not worried about, I don't know why they have an expiration date, but I'm not worried about them being a bad product. This next item that sold, this took a lot longer than I thought, but that's okay. They're small, and they sold for good money. I got these at the Goodwill outlet, I don't know, at least 6 months ago, and they're kind of crazy. Just looking at them, I knew that there was going to be somebody that would love these things. They are these Whataburger slippers, like fries slippers. These have not, or maybe been worn a little bit. And they only came in one size, near as I could tell. Just some sort of a promotional item that Whataburger had. And, they weigh hardly anything, so I probably paid, let's say, $1.50 for these, and they sold for $38.95 plus shipping. Like I said, took a long time, but there's just not a lot of them listed. And the ones that had been listed previously, they were selling right around that price. So, pretty good pickup. I don't really know how to explain it, but, you over time, you kind of learn. No, and I'm wrong a lot of times. Of course, I do comp a lot of things and find out that I am wrong. But as soon as I saw these, I just had a real strong feeling that these were going to be a good buy. I, of course, comped them and proved to be correct. But you know, Whataburger has a little bit of a cult following in the southern part of the country, I believe, and I'm surprised that they made it up here to the Pacific Northwest. But either way, that was a cool sale. Happy with that one. Let's pull one more order and then we'll get into, I'll show off what items I bought at the thrift store today. I actually had an oil change, or I needed to get an oil change for my car, and it just so happened, this turned out to be a pure coincidence, that the dealership that I took to my car to get the oil change at, I have a Toyota Care plan, which is why I go to the dealership. It's literally a block and a half away from my favorite thrift store, so of course I had to go in there while I was waiting for the oil change to get done. And I found a few things, so it worked out quite well. This next item that sold, the last of my major higher dollar Nintendo 64 and Sega Genesis cartridges. This is a Super Smash Bros. Remix cartridge. Don't know exactly how these remix versions work. Looks like it's OEM, but I don't think it is. I don't know. Anyway, these are relatively in high demand. It's some sort of modded version of Super Smash Bros, I believe. When I went to comp this, there weren't any others that looked like this, and so I had a real tough time coming up with a value for it. I originally had it listed for $65 plus shipping, and eventually sold it for $30 plus shipping. Reason being, this is actually one of the earlier versions, and I don't know what the different versions are. Obviously, I'm assuming it's maybe different characters. I don't know. Anyway, this was like maybe the first version that came out, so it was worth much less than the original asking price that I offered it at. So that sold for $30. Paid about about $9 for each of those. So not bad at all. All right. What did I buy today? Well, like normal, I bought a few shoes. It's always, this thrift store is always, or not always, but usually a good place for me to find shoes. And today proved to be that way as well. But we'll start off first with a non-shoe item. So I'm taking a gamble on this because I don't know really at all what the value could be. This could be really good or it could just be moderately good. Bought these boxing gloves for $9.99. They are Imperial branded, and that's what it says there is Imperial. They look vintage to me. They got the laces that you tie up. I don't know exactly how old they are. I don't think they're that old, I'm guessing at most they're from the 80s. But I just don't know for sure. But some of these vintage boxing gloves can go for pretty decent money. I can't find any record anywhere on the internet of this Imperial brand of boxing glove. I don't know if that was a short-lived company. Am I completely blind and that doesn't say Imperial? I don't know. But there's not a single Imperial boxing glove listed anywhere that I can find. It has sold anywhere in the past. I looked at WorthPoint records, nothing. So going off of just the brand alone, not a lot of value. Or no value, I'd say. But, the condition is decent. There's some sort of whatever wear mark that is. But there's no rips. They feel leatherish. I don't know. Anyway, like I mentioned, some vintage boxing gloves can sell for $80, $100, $150. There's any sort of provenance to them. They sell for a lot more, but that's definitely not the case here. But, I don't know. For $10, I thought it was worth a try, worth the risk. I'm going to shoot high, and I'm probably going to list these for $75 or more. I don't know. Somebody maybe wants that retro look when they're boxing. Maybe they're going to hang these on the wall. Who knows? Who knows what people are going to do with them? But I think they're cool enough, and the condition is just good enough, in spite of that mark there, that there might be some good value on that. So first item I'll show you there are those boxing gloves. Next are some Brooks shoes. These happen to be 50% off. I had seen them before. They were a little too expensive at that time, but now they made when they were full price. When they were 50% off, I decided to pull the trigger. They are Brooks Ghost 14 Gore-Tex. The Gore-Tex version is not nearly as common, but these, main reason I got these, so they were $14.99, 50% off 30. The condition on them is just really, really good. You know, I'll clean up the soles here, and these are going to look brand new. And there's just hardly any wear on these at all. The soles, after they're clean, are going to look pristine. I would bet these hadn't been worn more than twice. And, I mean, maybe more than that. There is some, you know, some sock residue in here that I won't be able to get out. But I'm going to shoot high. I'm going to ask probably $75 for these. You know, brand new, these are like $130-ish. I don't know, somewhere around there. And a pair of pre-owned that have been worn twice for $75, I think is a good value for somebody. So I ended up buying this Trader Joe's bag because I needed something to carry my items. You know, I walked to the thrift store and I needed something to carry my items back with me. I bought this for $2.99. There are about, I actually looked these up when I got home, and there's some crazy comps on this thing. There's only about 4 listed right now, and none have sold in a while. And I think the value, if it was higher early in the year, has gone down considerably. But one of these sold in February for $40. Just this one bag alone. But now the comps, or the ones that are listed, are like $20 or something like that. So not going to get that good value any longer, but I should at least get my money back. All right, next item that I bought is a pair of Ortho feet. I've already bought 2 pairs of women's Ortho feet. Only listed 1 so far. Hasn't sold yet. I guess these have very good sell-through rates. I have yet to see that come through, but I bought these for $10 because it was 50% off. Blue tags were 50% off today. $10 for these. Also in very good condition. They're black, which of course hides marks, but there are, you know, no rips or stains or anything like that. I'm going to ask probably $50 for these. These are good walking shoes, if you're not familiar with this brand, Ortho feet. They're very plain, very generic looking. I'm sure the demographic that is interested in this type of shoe is not, they don't care so much about the looks of the shoe. They care more about the feel of the shoe, and I guess these are very good walking shoes, good support for your feet, or however that works. So this item here, not very exciting, but a new with tags Carhartt 4XL sleeveless t-shirt. Original price was $9.99. Red tags were also 50% off, so this was $5, $4.99. I think this will probably sell for, or I'll ask probably $23, $24 for it. It should sell semi-quickly. And then, well, I don't know. We're at the end of sleeveless t-shirt season, so maybe it won't sell right away. But brand new with tags Carhartt for $5. Pretty much a no-brainer. These ones were interesting to me. I don't know how these are going to turn out. Sorry for all the movement there. So these shoes, I saw them, and this right here, just I hadn't ever seen these shoes before. And I mean, if you look at them, you can kind of see, but from the front, it doesn't look that way. But anyway, actually, it was this right here. These are Hoka's, and I bought them for $5. Some wear to them, not horrible, but some. Definitely need to do some cleaning, and that won't be a problem. There's nothing too bad in here. These are Hoka Valors. I think they're older. I would bet that they are, I'm not sure, at least 3 or 4 years old. Maybe even older than that. The sell-through rate on them isn't great. There's not a lot in this colorway that I noticed. That might be a problem. That hopefully will come off when I can clean it. It's a little stainish looking thing right there. But anyway, Hoka's for $5. Even if I have to sit on them for a while, I don't care. I think I can get at least $25 for those in the next 6 months or so. One more item before the big score of the day is got this Reformation Study Bible English Standard Version for $4, $3.99, and it was in good condition. Didn't see much writing in there, so that's always what you want to do with Bibles. Some people really don't like it when there are passages already highlighted. I mean, there's some highlighting going on in here, but if it's significantly, pre-used, pre-highlighted, and I'll admit, I didn't check every single page, but so far it looks like it's okay. Anyway, this is in good condition, so there's some more here. New Testament generally has a lot more, I don't know why I'm telling you this, but New Testament generally people read that a lot more. Christians usually focus on that a lot more than the Old Testament. And so generally that one's going to be used, maybe highlighted a lot more. Here is a crazy cake sheet cake recipe. So if anyone was interested in that recipe, here it is right there. Take a screenshot of that bad boy. But probably $25 is what I'll get for that. All right, last item. As I mentioned, the big ticket item of the day are these Asolo, probably not pronouncing that correct, hiking boots. Got these for only $15. They are in moderate condition. I just noticed that, and that is going to cause a major problem. So guys, guess what? We just learned something in real time together. Yeah! This is depressing. I'm going to try and fix these with some sole shoe glue, because that's a problem right there. Well, another reminder, if things seem too good to be true, they very well likely are. And it's just all over the place. Oh, why? Well, folks. It's $15. It's not the end of the world. I still can probably sell these for $15 or 25. Let's assume that this wasn't here, and we'll talk about how great of a find this could have been. So these are Asolo TPS 520 boots, Gore-Tex, waterproof, and new. These sell for over $200 in the store, and right now there's 25 listed on eBay, 26 sold, so a very good sell-through rate. There's some beater pairs in here that are selling for like $40. Here's a brand new pair that sold for $289. I'm not showing you my phone, but here's a pre-owned pair that sold for $150. Worn once, it says, which was honestly what I was thinking these ones were. I mean, just if you look at the uppers, it's definitely not worn once, but I mean, the sole is in very good condition. I wouldn't be able to say that these were worn once, but I was expecting to ask anywhere from $100 to $125 for these. Instead, I'm going to spend some time crying over my mistake. Not really, but and then seeing if maybe I can glue that sole back on there. I mean, whenever you do that, it never is great. So I will of course have to disclose that, but I'll ask. Ideally, gosh, these have a lot more wear on, guys. Look harder at your items when you're out there sourcing. This is just, I don't know how, but I missed this too. It's not that bad, but look at all that toe wear. But I guess that just goes to the quality of these boots, aside from the sole. Maybe these have been worn quite a bit, and they don't really, I mean, they look in great condition from like a 5-foot level or 10-foot level. Once you get closer, not nearly as good. But anyway, look at the condition of your items. Don't make a mistake like I just did. That was depressing. Well, now you know I don't cheat the system and find only the greatest of items and pretend that I sell them for top dollar, because that was junk. Anyway, let's get to the rest of the 3 other items that sold. All right, so let's get to the rest of the items. Speaking of hiking boots, this next item that sold is a pair of Vask hiking boots. I did a better job looking at the condition of these. And here they are right here. Vask Gore-Tex. I can't remember the model. Let me figure that out. Here it's the Breeze 2.0. Right here, the Breeze 2.0. Bought these for right around, I think it was $10 for these, and they sold for $40 plus shipping. The Ask is definitely a decent, pretty good hiking shoe brand, especially the Gore-Tex ones. They're not all great sellers, so you do have to look at them, but most of them are going to sell for at least that $40 figure. This next item that's sold, I just listed this yesterday. Maybe I could have asked more. I mean, and somebody did offer me a little bit less, but I had a particular reason. I wanted to sell two more, or at least one more thing, in which I will reveal the reason why in my next video. But I sold these for $21. Or this, whatever you want to call it. It is right here. It's a die-cast Peugeot 604 Saloon and Caravan car set from the 80s. Maybe the early 90s. Pretty sure it's the 80s though. And paid $1, or right around $1.25 for both of those. And they sold for $21 plus shipping in a day. The only other one that was listed was one that was new in the box. This is by a brand called Norev, N-O-R-E-V, which is a French company. And all the other listings for these, for the Norev, not all of them, but the vast majority of the listings for that Norev brand of diecast vehicle, they're in Europe. They're international listings. So they're, the cost for shipping is really high. So I had that advantage. And then the only other one of these listed, the car with the trailer on it, was a brand new in the box listing in Europe somewhere for like $100. So I definitely had the advantage on that if somebody wanted to buy something like that. It's pretty rare. So I don't know if anybody knows the Norev diecast brand specifically, if they are diecast collectors, but maybe just the rarity of it itself, they wanted to buy it for that reason. I'm sure they are aware of that brand if you're a diecast collector. I'm not, so I hadn't heard of it, but it's probably not that uncommon. Last item that sold today, I'm going to have to set this down to grab it out, so hold on. I guess you can still see me. So this is something, it took longer than I thought to sell, but again, I had hardly anything in it. It was an item that I got at the, why am I looking for it there? Well, I know it's right here. I got this at the Goodwill outlet. It's this item right here, which is a Cencal, C-E-N-C-A-L. I believe that's how you pronounce this. It is a bag, like a small duffel bag, specifically designed for pilots. And anyway, hadn't heard of that brand. It's made in the USA. Looked it up, and not too bad of a product to be on the lookout for, this Cencal. So I paid right around $3.50 for this, and it sold, like I said, in a while, but sold for $25 plus shipping. So if you happen to come across one of those, definitely pick it up if it's cheap. Might not sell right away, but it will sell for good money eventually. So that's it for today's video, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Please like this video if you did, and subscribe to my channel to see more content like this in the future. My views are way down, so I'm hoping that this momentum doesn't die out, the momentum that I had over the past couple of months. But my latest videos are getting in the dozens of views, not the hundreds of views. I haven't had very many subscribers, so I don't say this for any reason other than just any of you that are still watching. Who knows how much longer I'll be making videos. This is very time consuming, and to get no return out of it, as you all know, not really a great way to spend your time and effort. But hopefully this momentum will pick back up, the subscribers will come back around, and I'll be able to keep making videos like these, because I'm hoping people will get some value out of them. I know I do when I watch other YouTubers out there, and hopefully there's others like me out there getting value from my videos. Thanks so much, take care, and we will catch you on the next video. Bye-bye.